tease. But you still force the worst upon me. Upon me. All you wanted was love, but that was never enough. No, never enough. 'Cause you were chasing your dreams, now you can't redeem yourself. 'Cause you were chasing your dreams, now you can't redeem yourself. Disregarding your name, your smell is all that remains. They say you're an SLUT, but that doesn't sit well with me. It doesn't sit well with me. I remembered what you'd say. We're all looking to be alone. And somehow, someday, we'll find what we're looking for. Till then, you'll still be a boy. To be alone. And somehow, someday, we'll find what we're looking for. Until then, we will all be yours.
Good evening, race fans. Adam Pirate here with Black Flag Racing TV, and we are back with ART Amigos Racing Team. It's Thursday night, and it is Team Showdown. But we finished out Tier 1 last week. Tier 2 are doing the rerun of Round 4. We're at Lego Maggiore East, and we are in the awesome Mazda Roadsters, one of my favourite cars on GT7. So, where are we at in terms of the settings? That's the first thing we'll have a look at. So it is the round 4 rerun of Tier 2. Autodrome Lego Maggiore West. Sorry, not East, it's West. I lied. 30 laps. Custom weather, and it will be random. It might rain, it might not. It's a nice part of it at least, so hopefully it doesn't. Time of day will be early morning. It's time 11, variable time speed. So the day will move on very, very quickly. No surface water at the start. Good start as you would expect. Fastest first from qualifying. Balance power is on. Tuning is prohibited. So the cars are as they come out of the factory. Real slipstream, visible damage on, mechanical damage light. So keep it out of the walls, people, or you will go slower. Tyre wear times 3, fuel times 4, starting with just half a tank, refueling at times 8. So that's not super slow. Real grip, of course. It is the Madstar Roadster touring car. All 3 tyres are available, but hards and mediums are mandatory. The shortcut penalty is weak. Pit lane cutting penalty on. Ghosting off. Of course, it has to be off. And flag rules are on. That is the settings for this evening. We start in about 6 minutes. So let's have a little look at the current table. Would be a good idea, wouldn't it? Yes, that would be a good idea. I hear you cry. What do I need to do? Get rid of that. So there we go. That's the current table. We finished out round 7 last week on Tier 1, and Green Team absolutely smashed the living granny out of it last week, and won. I think won the tournament. I don't know if it's still all to play for here, to be fair, in Tier 2. So we'll see just how quick everybody is. Slight difference, obviously, from Tier 1. Tier 1, there was a selection of different cars, and you were picking cars based on tracks and bits and pieces and bits and bobs like that. Tier 2 is a little bit more just balls out. Get in your Mazda and off you go. So it is purely about the car and your ability in that car. And, of course, we're looking forward to this. JRM says, let's have a good one. I hope so, mate, and I hope you spend more time driving than you do watching me and Nelinsky. Yeah, good luck to everyone. Again, have a good race, guys, and you as well, no hassle. Have a really good race. It's going to be awesome. And we've got the Brixton Pirate in the room today, so we get to find out if he is really a pirate and if he is really from Brixton. That would be interesting, because Brixton's just up road from me. Yeah, it's literally about 15 minutes from my house. Not a lot of water there to do too much piracy, to be fair. So let's get rid of this. Let's have a look at who's in the room this evening. So we've got Brixton Pirates for Team Red. We've got Mike for Team Blue. Sergeant Colon for Team Blue. Khan Tonar for Team Green. Nelinsky for Team Red, Dog for Team Green. The rest of them, I don't know what teams are in yet, but we'll find out. So just to let you know where we're at, okay? So, what do we need to know? I think we're pretty close with a couple of teams, to be honest. I think we're really close. So blue and yellow are fighting for first. Red and green are still fighting for third. And the qualifying order will be as follows. Yellow will go out first, red, then blue, then green. It is hot lap qualifying. So this is how it works. Basically, the yellow team will go out. They'll do their out lap. When they finish their out lap and start the hot lap, out will come Team Red. And so on and so on and so on until everyone's been out. It's one hot lap, then you park up your car and hope you didn't cock up your lap. It's that simple. That's simple, I hear you cry. Nothing's ever that simple in the world of online racing. Of course it's not. So is anyone actually going out and driving around? Of course there's some. And the first person we spot is Sergeant Colon, not driving but crashing. Not a great start. But I suppose if you're going to crash, do it now. That's the best time to do it. So Sergeant Colon for Team Blue. We've got Mike also for Team Blue. Danka Webby, whoever Webby is, thank you very much. Nelinsky for Team Red. The Brixton Pirate also for Team Red. Burley for Team Green. Dog 13 for Team Green. Fighty for Team Red. And it's 3 drivers per team. In case you didn't know, and Fighty from South Africa. And it's good to see. Oh, you're not racing tonight, no hassle. Okay. Mike, JRM and Sarge all racing. We should see some good racing for them. Now, do I look at the... Let's have a look. Do I do driver names or do I do nicknames? I think I'm going to go with nicknames because that's the names they've chosen to be called. So let's do that. So Sergeant Cullen's been out a while. He's putting the fastest lap at 1:35.3. Oh, Webby's the blue captain. Oh, that would explain it. I knew I'd heard the name Webby, and I'm pretty sure he was from Tier 1. But, you know, you never know, do you? You never know. It could be someone else. But, so, Sergeant Cullen, 1:35.3. That's not a bad time. Particularly if he did that on the hard tyres. Dog 13 is out. Terminator is out. Any times from them? Not as yet. And Brixton Pirate, yar, he said. He's not my brother. We both have the same surname, Pirates, but we're not related. Not that I know of, anyway. So, what do we reckon? Nick, thanks for joining us. And I'll tell you what, thank you very much for your donation to the charity event, which I'm going to plug now, actually. I'm doing a series of streams in November, December, and the last one in early January, in support of the charity Mind. It's to support the 1 in 15 people that will attempt suicide over their lifetime. Hoping to raise as much as possible. We're already at £110 and it hasn't even started yet, but great to get more. So there are 3-hour endurance races. Essentially, we're looking at a 24-hour kind of cycle, but run over the 3 hours across 5 really iconic racetracks, you know, Le Mans, Monza, that sort of thing. I will put up a video at some stage when I get to, probably at the end of the video, to be fair, because we've got to start qualifying, so we haven't started yet. I might make it up now, actually. No, sorry, I'll do it later. But if you want to get involved, you can find out more details by joining our Discord. If you want to race, of course, we need people involved. If you can't race and just want to watch it, obviously catch us on YouTube. It'll be every Saturday from the 19th. Obviously, we will break for Fusion Week because you guys will be racing Fusion anyway. Most of the ART guys will anyway. And then we'll come back and run up till Christmas, and then we'll have a week off for Christmas and all that, because everyone just wants to get beard up and eat food. No one wants to be racing over Christmas. Plus, your wives will probably kill you. I know my wife will if I do. Well, to be fair, she probably won't actually. We only talk once a week. I'm joking. That's not actually true. That's not actually true. But there we go. Anyway, so it's yellow, red, blue, green. Who is fast out? Good evening, Jason. Good of you to join us, mate. I hope you're having a relaxing evening at work, or at least a slow one would be a good start. Yes, already. Come on, let's go, Urban Fire. Let's get this done. We've got all 12 in. That's a good start. It's always good to see that. Excuse me, coughing all over my microphone. So, any predictions, guys? We've got quite a few of you in watching. Where do we think this is going? Who should we be watching out for? And who is likely to crash and burn and be insulted by me at some stage? I don't think there's any difficult names to pronounce here. So there's none I can royally balls up like I did in Tier 1. But there we go. Is what it is. So everyone going back in. Let's go and spectate. So yellow will be out first, and they will show us what sort of times they've got and where they're fitting in the order of things. They are fighting blue for first place. It's still very close between them and blue to win this outright. So they're going to want to get some good times on the board early doors. I didn't have time to do the track guide, did I? Oh well, all done and dusted now. I didn't have time to do my track guide, so I actually spent half hour running around this track to do a track guide and didn't even have time to show it to you, What a crying shame. To be fair, my time was absolute rubbish. So you're not missing out much, in all fairness. So blue and yellow find it out. Yellow are going to go out first and show us what they're all about. Yellow team are Book to Boy, Urban Fire and Terminator. They're the three in these Mazdas, and these are awesome little cars. If you don't enjoy driving these cars, then you do not deserve to own this game. You think Gaming Station, you think Sarge's going to do well? Yeah, we'll see. We will see, man. All about these three. Who should we be watching out for from Yellow Team? I've raced with Urban Fire before on GTS many long time ago, long time ago, and we didn't realise we kind of met up again, well, without realising we were going to do so. So I know he's a little bit quicker than me, but then I'm incredibly slow, so it doesn't really say much. Yes, I completely agree with you. If any of you guys want to jump into that Mind event, we've got some quick guys out there we could do with some slower drivers, because we've got a couple of us slowbies involved, but it'd be nice to have a couple more. So some people at the back have a bit of a race. So Red are now out. Let's go on board with Book to Boy. So this actually we'll follow it around. So this is all flat out all the way around. You shouldn't have to lift through here. You should get the grip, even on the hard tyres, to get through here up into fifth gear. You should be maxing out towards the bottom of this hill if BOP's on. Or you shouldn't be maxing out, I should say BOP's on. And when I did my lap, I was, because I didn't have BOP on. But you can use that banking to get around that corner pretty quickly. You don't have to change right down. Reds are coming, are they? Reds are coming. So let's keep an eye on Terminator, shall we? So you go through. This is all flat out as well. You want to make sure you clip as much of that curve as possible. Get it changed down into fourth gear for this corner here. Or he's doing it in third, but I think you can probably take that in fourth. Then a little touch of brake. Get it turned in again. I would drop to second. If you're in third, I would drop to second there just to get the rotation and flick it straight back up again. Over to this right hand side, little touch of brake, nothing too significant, down into fourth gear if you're already in fifth, of course, and then on the power, that's what it's all about at that stage. And he will cross the line. He's got Terminator tucked right in behind, so Terminator will get got great slipstream. So we've got Terminator on pole currently, 131.9, Book to Boy 132.8, and Urban Fire with a 134.7. Not a great lap from him. Right, so next out is the red team. We've got Nate Nelinski just about to start his lap. Here we go. This is the lap with Nelinski. He's got Brixton Pirate right behind him, though, to be fair. Change down to second gear. Or third gear if you want to do it there, but a little bit wide there. So you want to go second, really. So you can go a little bit wider there and get through that corner a bit faster. Little lift going through there, because you don't want to drift too far out. Then on the power as quickly as you dare, get changed up through the gears, up into fifth gear. If you're lucky, you should hit fifth about now. Maybe not rev it out quite so much, I don't think. But it's, each to their own style of driving. So here comes Nelinski down the hill, 50-metre board. That's when you slap on your anchors, get it changed down to third gear. Use that banking to drag you around the corner, back up straight into fourth, over to that right hand side, much wider there. Take this, you want to take this and hug that line, flick it round, hug that line, up into fifth. Darren and Lace can do well, JRM as well. Well, I haven't seen many of them drive, so it's going to be interesting for me to see how it pans out early doors. Let's have a little look back. Where's the Brixton Pirate? Still tucked in behind there. He's getting loads of slipstream, and that should help him out. Fighty, a little bit further back. Love the South Africans. My best pals are South African. So always got a soft spot for them. Even if they are still in South Africa. They don't have to be in the UK to be my friend. I like the way they're very straight talkers, the South Africans. And I quite like that. Being that I kind of often say what I think. So, Nelinski gets himself onto row 2. That's a 33.4. Brixton Pirate joins him with a 33.5, pushing Urban Fire down. Fighty, he's just going to come round, set his lap time now. And obviously we've got Blue Team are now doing their outlap. Here comes Fighty. He's round those last couple of bends. Just this left-hander to go. Do you really race an automatic? Do you, hell? Do you really? Alright. But to be fair, if you look at it says everyone's using automatic, but that's actually not the case. Not a problem with that. If you like to race an automatic, that's absolutely fine by me. Fighty comes in with 33.8. Very similar times, actually, from the red team. They've clearly been practicing together. So Urban Fire drops down to 6th place. So JRM, Mike, and Sergeant Colon. But to be fair, he's on the 2nd row. It's not too shabby, even if he does put the handbrake on. So if that's the case, then everyone else is really damn slow. So we've got Sergeant Colon, we've got Mike, we've got JRM. They are on their hot laps now, as the green team are out doing their out lap. So who is going to set the fastest time here? We've got a few people think JRM's going to be one to watch. We've got Mike, of course, and Sergeant Colon. Why would you name yourself after an arse? I don't know. Well, you know, to be fair, we've all done it. I used to race quite a lot in automatic until I got one wheel. And then I raced in automatic for a little while because I couldn't work out how to change gear properly. Yeah. So here comes JRM. He will set the first time for Team Blue. It's looking pretty decent, to be fair. It's not too shabby. Will Urban Fire be getting pushed down the order? That's the question. At the moment, no one touching Terminator, still sitting comfortably on pole. And JRM will cross the line. That's a 132.5. Front row for him. Book to Boy drops down. And there we go. Mike puts himself on the 2nd row with 33.2. And where is Sergeant Colon? Not a great time. He's just behind Fighty. Head of Fire with a 33.9. So all that's left now is Dog, Bertie, and Cane Toner. Cane Toner? Is that right? Is that wrong? I don't know. Cantona. Cantona. It's Eric Cantona. There we go. So Dog is leading green team out. Bertie and is it Bertie or Burley? I need to put my glasses on, don't I? I'm going with Bertie until I'm told otherwise. It does look like a T. I should probably start putting some glasses on and seeing things properly. But anyone that's watched my streams know that I will miss a ton of stuff, and I'll just blag it. I'll pretend I saw something else, and I'll talk about it so much you'll actually start believing that's what I saw. So Dog is just coming around. He's got a few more corners left. This is a tricky little set. It is Cantona. Excellent. Yeah, I got it eventually. Yeah. To be fair, the more you say it, the more obvious it becomes. So as soon as you say no pressure, you immediately put pressure on. So we'll see what happens now. If he doesn't qualify well, it's on you for citing no pressure. So here comes the Bounty Hunter, or Dog as he's otherwise known. He'll come across the line. It's not crazy fast. It's a 33 somewhere. Puts him on row 3 behind Mike, in between him and Nelinski. Who's left? Bertie. He'll cross the line. That's a 35.1. That's plumb last. And Cantona doesn't jump out of the car and into the crowd to kick a fan in the chest. He does a 134.6 and parks up. So there we go. It is front row of Terminator JRM. It is Book to Boy and Mike on row 2. Dog, Nelinski row 3. The Brixton Pirate and Fighty on row 4. Colon and Cantona on row 5. And then we've got Urban Fire and Barty Bertie on the last final row. Look at that shot for the cameras, great, isn't it? Good luck to everyone. It's going to be fun, I think, and everyone's spread out a bit. And yellow are looking to. We have to do this very quickly, otherwise we lose our camera angle. Yellow are looking to get the win here. It's going to be very, very tight, all the way pretty clean. Look at that shot, and they head down towards turn one. JRM slotting him behind Terminator. Booked a boy looking for a slightly different line through there in the hope of nicking a spot. But we're through, and we're through clean. And that's the main thing. That's what matters here. And there's a spin. There is a spin, but he does manage to arrest that slide and stay on the track. But that has slowed him up. So it's Terminator going full guns in the lead from JRM. Booked a boy running in third place. Nalinsky, little bit of a wobble from him. He's in fourth. He's got Mike crawling all over the back of him like a very, very bad rash. And there is Mike, and he has got the bounty hunter for company. Brixton Pirate chucks one up the inside. Great move from him. Moves up a couple of places to sixth place. Good move from him. But Dog regains that place. So what we got Terminator still in the lead. We've got JRM, Booked a boy, Nalinsky, then Mike, then we've got the bounty hunter with a colon behind him. He's actually got a colon behind him. There we go. Brixton Pirate made a good move, didn't make it stick though. He is running in 8th place. Fighty, looks like he's just going around the outside of Bertie there into 9th place. Cantona, he's in 10th. He's got his teammate Bertie right behind him, and Urban Fire tucked in right behind the lot of them, looking for some kind of way through. It's all going to be very cagey at the moment, but at the moment, everyone jumping straight into pits. That's a very early stop, dropping those hard tyres. So not happy with the hard tyres. It looks like the tactic for some is to get them out of the way. They've used that compound, which is a required compound, and they can run on the faster, grippier, medium tyres. Don't know if necessarily going in on lap 1 is the wisest idea, because everyone's still quite bunched up, so the gap gets bigger. But who knows? It could be a master stroke of absolute genius. At the moment, Terminator and JRM are dominating. The gap already on lap 2 is 2.6 seconds back to Nalinsky in third. He can't pull away and join that front group. He's running on the hard tyres though. So we've got JRM running on the softs, Terminator just ahead of him on the mediums. And JRM, if he wants those softs to really, really work for him, he's got to make this overtake, and he's got to make it soon. Nalinsky's 2.4 seconds back. He's running those hard compound tyres. Good position to be in for Team Red with those hard compound tyres, because he can run that a bit longer. How long is he prepared to run it for? Is he going to keep running it until he has to pit for fuel, or is he going to ditch them early like some at the back already have? There is Mike tucked in behind him. He's got those medium tyres, and it's going to give him an advantage in and out of the corners. He is looking up the inside here and brakes very early. Bear in mind, he's got the grippier tyres. And Nalinsky stays ahead, lives to fight another day. Nalinsky through, Mike through. The bounty hunter is in 5th. He is running the hard tyres also. We'll see obviously what his strategy is. Running in 5th place. Eric Cantona. There he is running in 6th place, 3.7 seconds back. He's on the hard tyres at the moment as well, which is, I think that's a good starting strategy actually. Get those horrible hard tyres out of the way, and then you can use the nice grippy ones from there on in. Bertie running in 7th place. That's a good gain from him, but bear in mind a lot of people behind have pitted, so he's running the hard tyres as well. Booked a boy. He wore the hard tyres for 1 lap. Jumped in. He's gone on the mediums. He's 21 seconds back. 21 seconds. Yeah. 21 seconds. And he's going to, I promise not to see him again, and he's going to try and close up that gap to Bertie before those guys jump into pits. Sergeant Colon 4.4 seconds back. He has filled that car to the brim with fuel and gone on to the soft compound tyres. So his intentions are clear. He is looking to close some gaps and make up some space. Fire up to 10th place, 1 second behind. He's going for the medium tyres, gone for longevity over grip, which I think is probably the best scenario at this stage. I have a feeling, I don't even know if those soft tyres are going to hold out as long as that fuel will. The Brixton Pirates. He's in 11th. He's on those medium tyres now. He ditched those hards early doors. He's just under a second behind Urban Fire. He's going to be getting a little bit of slipstream from Team Yellow. And Fighty out the back. Not looking very fighty at the moment. He's on the medium tyres. Can he get fighty later? That would be good. So what are we looking in terms of team performance? Terminator is not pulling away from JRM. But JRM, despite being on the softs, is not closing the gap. Fastest lap of the race is a 1:31.5, and that is from Terminator. So Team Yellow out in front. We've got Blue in second place with JRM. We've got Team Blue also in third with Mike. So Team Blue with a bit of an advantage at the moment. Delinsky for Team Red under significant pressure from the Bounty Hunter. And is he going to go up the inside and make this move? Doesn't look like it. Delinsky does stay ahead for Team Red. And Dog the Bounty Hunter is in 5th place for Team Green. 15 laps, okay. To be fair, I only ran about 8 laps, and I did it without tyre wear, so I probably should have done some research, but that would involve actually giving a shit. No, I'm only joking. There is Eric running in 6th place for Team Green, 3.5 behind Dog, 3.5 ahead of Bertie. Nice position to be in. You can just run your race, particularly if you're on those racing hard tyres. It gives you that little bit of a cushion. You don't have to worry too much. Although Dog is pulling away and Bertie is closing. But with those hard tyres, you can run them. He's going to run them till the fuel runs out, essentially. There is Bertie, of course. 16 seconds back is Boop the Boy. Is that some kind of superhero? He catches the bad guys and booped straight on the face. They drop the bag of swag and off they go. So Boop the Boy running in 8th place for Team Yellow. Sergeant Colon behind him. I'm going to make this colon and behind jokes all day long. It's not going to stop. It's what I do. 3.3 seconds back. He's on those racing soft tyres. Again, another one, if you're on those soft tyres, you need to make them work for you and close up the gap. The Brixton Pirates running in 10th, 3.6 seconds back. He's got Urban Fire 1.5 behind him. He's on the medium tyres. He's got loads of fuel on board. Will make up several places when people start to pit. Urban Fire, there he is, medium tyres also, just over half a tank of fuel on board. Can he close up to the Brixton Pirate, or is he going to sit there in 11th and wait for an opportunity later? And Fighty, there he is, 4.4 seconds back, also running medium tyres for Team Red. No change out front. Terminator still in the lead of this race. And I'll tell you what, one thing I will say about the fictional tracks on GT7 over the real ones is some of the camera angles on the fictional tracks are the shizzle. They are really, really cool. And here in particular, I think they've got some really, really great camera angles. But at the moment, camera angles is not what they're thinking about. They're thinking about racing lines. And it's 1.2 seconds now, Terminator pulling out from JRM, who's running the soft compound tyres. And they'll easily get to the pit stop. But he has done a 1:31.4 on those softs. So currently the fastest man on the track. The gap now to Mike running in 3rd place is 8.7 seconds. That is some gap back. Now, in terms of pitting, I think if you're a medium tyre runner, or if you're a soft tyre runner, you've got to stop, essentially. You've got no choice. Because you've got to run the mediums, you've got to run the hards. But if you can take these medium tyres, and looking at the fuel, you probably could take them to lap 11. The question is, can you run the hard tyres for... well, you must be able to on a full tank. You absolutely must be able to run the hard tyres to the end. So is this a case of going one stop and running hard tyres to the end, or is it a case of not bothering with that, running the mediums to about lap 11, maybe lap 12, running the hards for a couple of laps, and then doing the 15 odd laps on the racing softs? No, Hasselman insisted it can be done. I've got no reason to disbelieve him because, yeah, well, he's driven it. I haven't. But there is the leader, 1.2 seconds clear of Drum, or JRM as he's commonly known. They are now 10 seconds clear of Mike 142. But blue team really in the ascendancy at the minute. We've got the yellows out in front, but we've got two blue drivers behind in JRM and Mike. And remember, there is a battle going on. This is to decide the championship. And right now, blue and yellow are fighting for it. But the impetus at the moment is with blue, with two drivers in the top three. We've got Team Green and Team Red fighting there. They're obviously fighting for third. So we've got Dog just ahead of Nalinsky. We've got Cantona, our good old Eric Cantona for Green Team. So at the moment, Nalinsky in a bit of a green sandwich. And could that get a little bit feisty for him? Can Dog push Nalinsky back towards Cantona and make his life difficult? Good defending, you could possibly do that. And there's another green. There is Bertie. So at the moment, green winning the battle against red, which is interesting. Buck to boy for Team Yellow. His teammate is out in the lead. Teammate Terminator is out in the lead. But he is the next yellow runner. Sergeant Colon, he's now ahead of Brixton Pirate. He is ahead of him at the moment with for the blue team, but the blue team seem to have the edge with second and third. Brixton Pirate 4, Team Red back in 10th. Urban 5 for Team Yellow back in 11th, and fighting for Team Red at the very back of the pack. So at the minute, in the two battles, we've got the battle between blue and yellow, which is being won by blue. We've got the battle between red and green, which is being won by green. But anything can happen. We're only 8 laps in. We've still got 30 laps to go. As Terminator loses the fastest, he takes the fastest lap from JRM, then loses it to Sergeant Colon, 1:31.416. So time's starting to drop. So fuel-wise, I think they started to up the pace a little bit. So I said lap 11. I was clearly talking rubbish because it looks like Terminator is going to pit. If he doesn't pit this lap, he'll certainly be pitting the next lap. Whereas JRM on those soft tyres can go maybe a lap longer. He's looked after his fuel a little bit better. So he's been happy to let Terminator pull out a little bit and pull out in front and keep it. He's not letting him pull out too far. He's maintaining that gap. But just look after his fuel a little bit better, which will give him a bit of advantage later on. 13 seconds back to Mike. He's probably got another one in him, maybe 3 laps. I think it would be a big ask. I think you need to look after it a bit better, but certainly 2 laps in there. Nalinsky in 4th place. He's getting those hard tyres out of the way. He'll bin those when he comes in at the end of lap 10. Medium tyres will run 20 laps. You can do 15 laps on soft. You can easily run 20 laps on the medium compound tyres. And if you can do 10 laps on your fuel for half a tank, then you can do 20 on a full tank. Simple math, in it. There's Dog in 5th place. He is not far off the back of Nalinsky. He's certainly picking up a little bit of slipstream. Nothing significant, but enough to make it interesting. With French Eric Cantona, 5.8 seconds back from Dog. And he's got a massive gap behind to Bertie. Bertie is 7th. Book to Boy 1.2 seconds behind. On the medium tyres, so should be trying to get those fired up and close on the hard tyre runner Bertie, who's going to be pitting somewhere around lap 11, I would imagine. And there is Sargent being egged on by No Hassle for Team Blue. If he can move up the order a little bit, it will strengthen Blue's hold over this competition. He's currently running 9th. He's got loads and loads of fuel on board. There is a few in front that will be pitting. So I would imagine we're going to see some changes. The Terminator in. JRM takes the lead of this race. JRM will run 1 more lap before he comes in as well. It's good to see. And it's good to see some of the teams splitting strategies as well. That's the main thing. Is something, I don't know if anyone caught it. We did a team versus team at Black Flag against Virtual Races Club. And we noticed that they're going out and they basically had the same strategy. And it didn't make any sense to us, and we split strategy, and it seemed to work so much better because then you kind of cover every eventuality. And Sergeant Colon's going to make a move on Bertie right now. Here he goes, side by side. He's got the inside line into turn one. It's all about Sergeant Colon. He's made one place up already. That's another overtake. That's another 50 juicy points. And up he goes into 8th place. So, all change out front. JRM is now the race leader. He's got to get to the end of this lap. He hasn't got much fuel left, but he has enough to get there. He'll be ditching those racing soft tyres and putting on one of the required compounds. Now, will he put on the hard tyres, run a couple of laps, disappear back in, and then put the medium tyres on? Or will he go for the mediums, run longer, and just do a couple of laps at the end on the hards? Let's see what his plan is. 13 seconds is the gap back to Mike, who will also be pitting. So it is blue and blue in first and second. Delinsky will also pit this lap for Team Red from 3rd place. Dog also going to pit. So Cantona will also pit. So there is Terminator. He's 36 seconds back. Is it enough to catch? He has got Book to Boy running right with him, so potentially we could see Yellow take the lead off this race. Let's have a look at where he is on the racetrack. JRM in the pits. Terminator will be coming round. Cantona will dive in the pits any moment now. This is very, very key. This could switch the impetus from blue to Team Yellow in this battle. Sergeant Colon sticking with them, holding the flag for Team Blue right now. Here goes Terminator. He's going to go through. He's going to take the lead of this race. Sergeant Colon looking to make a move past Book to Boy up into 3rd. But there is Terminator, takes the lead. JRM actually came out in the lead just. He has retained it, or has he not? Didn't have the inside line, not up to speed. He's on those hard tyres, side by side with Terminator. Terminator just makes it through. JRM in 2nd place, but in a good position right now. So Terminator in the lead, JRM in 2nd, but a lot closer than he was. Book to Boy running in 3rd. Sergeant Colon in 4th. It is yellow, blue in this battle for the championship. Bertie running up front, holding the flag up for the green team. Running in 5th place with Brixton Pirate for the Reds, the lead red runner, up in 6th place. Mike also for blue team, running in 7th. So he is, I think, just edging it for blues, being where he is right now. Fighting for Team Red, there is in 8th place. Got some significant laps to do still before we're going to see him come in. How you doing, Websons? You all right, buddy? Nelinsky, there he is in 9th place. We've got Team Red in fighting. Team Red and Nelinsky running together. Urban Fire for Team Yellow, trying to help them get up the order just a little bit and add some juicy points for them. And Dog running in 11th for Team Green. And at the back of the pack at the minute, also for Team Green, is King Eric Cantona. So Book to Boy gets past JRM. It is advantage Yellow as they go into turns 1 and 2 on lap 12. We're not far off, 3 laps off the halfway point here at Lago Maggiore West, and not East as I wrote on YouTube. I will change it, and then no one will be any wiser. It will be like it never happened. Good to hear, mate. Good to hear. So Terminator from Book to Boy. These two are starting to try and pull a gap. We've got Terminator on the hard tyres, Book to Boy on the mediums. Is Book to Boy going to get ahead of Terminator and give him some slip to help him along on those hard tyres? JRM running on the mediums. He still will need... now, as I understand, there is 2 compounds to use, right? They have to use both the mediums and the hards. Yes, they do. So, we know JRM is going to have to pit again for the hard tyres. Terminator has already used the mediums. He's now also used the hard. Book to Boy looked like he was going to go through, but Terminator just with a little bit more pace. JRM at the moment with a bit of pressure from his teammate Sergeant Colon running on those racing soft tyres. Is he able to force his way through? Looks at the moment like he's just hanging on. So it is yellow, blue, then Brixton Pirates running in 5th place. He's screaming, come on lads, wait for me. They're 6 seconds up the road though. They're not hanging about. He's in that little... I don't know whether it's better being in this position where you can't really see the car's ahead or behind because it can get a little bit rolly. But it seems to be working out for him all right, I think. You can just plug along and go with your game plan and look after your fuel, look after your tyres and ploddy and hope for a massive crash up ahead that brings you back into the foray. But Mike is closing that gap somewhat for Team Blue, giving a big advantage to them at the moment. There is Brixton Pirates teammate Lelinski running in 7th, and he's got Fighty for company. And they have got Urban Fire for company, and they have also got Dog for company. This is a 4-way battle for 7th place at the moment. There's certainly a 3-way battle with Dog watching from there. So Dog is my cameraman, and he shows Urban Fire making the move on Fighty, splitting those 2 red cars. Can Urban Fire now close down on Lelinski? Thank you very much, Dog, for being my cameraman there. Brilliant view. It is such good racing out there. Cantona for Team Green is 12 seconds back at the moment, but he has recently pit. Loads of fuel on board. He can run to the end now, I think, on those mediums. I assume he's run both mandatory compounds. I didn't write down because I couldn't be bothered, and I can't remember it because I've got horrible short-term memory. There's Bertie. He's running in last. So Team Green really losing out at the moment, but he has also recently pit, so they will see some advantage as Fighty, Urban Fire, Lelinski, who actually Lelinski's not going to be the problem. Urban Fire certainly, Mikey neither, Brixton Pirate, they've all got going still. But Book to Boy has now taken the lead over Terminator, 7 tenths up. We thought it was going to happen. He's on the medium tyres. He was always going to be a little bit quicker. JRM and Sergeant Colon running very close together, and I'll tell you what, JRM has got that Colon right up behind him, which is where you'd expect your Colon to be. Very close at the back. Is he going to make a move? Not this time, but JRM is almost Terminator's Colon. He's so close to the back of him, and there is going to be certainly an opportunity for a move. While he's on those medium tyres, he's going to have such better grip. But is he going to just hold on in there? And because he sat in behind, he was on the soft tyres for the first run and just sat in behind. But then there is the danger that Terminator's going to try and take this to the end. I think if he's going to do that, he's going to have to look after his fuel. But he could potentially take this to the end. That's the view behind. He's got 2 blue drivers hunting him down like he's a gazelle. And they are some American tourists walking through the wilds of Africa looking for something to kill, because that's what they do. Book to Boy in the lead of this race at the moment. There he is. 1.9 seconds now is the lead. Really starting to pull out. But he's not going to win the race if he cuts the grass like that. It may be shaped like a lawnmower, but that's not how you drive this car. He's dropped himself down to 4th. Bad mistake there. That puts Terminator up into the lead. Luckily, Terminator was there to pick up the slack. So JRM moves up, as does Sergeant Colon. So now the top 3 all change as Book to Boy makes a cock up on the grass and now has to chase down the 2 blue drivers if he wants any hope of helping Team Yellow to the prize. Team Red still winning the battle with Team Green at the moment. There is Brixton Pirate, the lead red runner. He's got 4.5 second lead over the final blue driver, Mike, who's 7.7 seconds clear of Team Red's Lelinski. He is 1.8 clear of Urban Fire, who is the final yellow team driver. Just half a second back is Fighty. He's not giving up. He's still fighting. Sorry. My puns are awful today, aren't they? Awful. Big book of puns. That's what I need for Christmas. A big book of new puns. 1.8 seconds back is the bounty hunter, and he is chasing down his bounty, and his bounty right now is Fighty. Book to Boy jumps into the pits. Probably a wise idea. He had that little crash. It's probably a good idea to do it when you've had a cock up, and then you have one bad lap, and then everything else is golden. Cantona, there he is for Team Green with Bertie, 8.2 seconds behind, but they have pit what will probably be their final pit stop. I'm pretty sure 15 laps remaining, that fuel will take them to the end. The tyres certainly will. and the fuel probably will as well. So Brixton Pirate into the pits. He's got his final pit stop. This could be a good time to pit, actually, with everything going on as it is out in front. Bukta Boy, we saw him get a bit squirrely. He is, he's not last, but he is ahead of Cantona, and he's certainly ahead of Brixton Pirate, but he's 12 seconds back from Dog. And we know that Dog is not going to have to pit again. Neither will Fighter. No, Fighter definitely will. Urban Fire, he's going to pit this lap. This will be his last pit stop. He will then run to the end of this race. Delinsky, he'll certainly run to the end of this race now. He's under a bit of pressure from Urban Fire, but with Urban Fire going into the pits, it would be silly to try and dive up the inside when you know you're coming in. How you doing, Kyle? Good to see you, buddy. Still gigging, I hope. There is Mike. He's running in 4th place, just ahead of Nalinsky, 14 Blue. JRM, his teammate, the gap now 8.5 seconds. They were a little bit closer before, but it is good to see that we've got Team Blue in 2nd, Team Blue in 3rd, Team Blue in 4th. The only thing stopping them from a top 3 here is this guy, Terminator. He has dominated this race so far. He started out well, held the lead right up to his first pit window. Lost out very, very briefly to JRM, but it didn't last long. Then his teammate had a little go, and then his teammate decided that he would much rather drive on the grass than the black stuff, and back into the lead went Terminator, and there he shall still be. That is 9/10 up from Sergeant Colon. I'm going to stop making jokes about Colon being at the back behind, but he is ahead of JRM. Are they on different strategies? Well, yes, Sergeant Colon going to have to pit again. He's on those racing soft tyres. He will definitely need to pit again. JRM does still need to run the hard compound tyre. And I'm just checking, they do have to run both, don't they? It's not that one of those two is mandatory. It is that both are mandatory, right? Can anyone confirm? Thank you very much. But I'm pretty sure that both are mandatory. It says RH and RM mandatory, so I would assume that means both, not one of. Right, let's work from the back forward. Urban Fire at the back, 6.1 seconds. He's running to the end on the racing soft tyres. He has run both the other compounds, so he will go to the end. He'll be on the fastest tyres. His fastest lap so far is a 1:32.4, but now he's on those racing soft tyres. Expect to see that tumble. It is only 1.3 seconds off the current fastest lap from Terminator, the 1:31.185. Yeah, I thought it was, but it's always good to check in case I'm wrong. And as you know, I'm often wrong about many things. There is Bertie. He is. There's definitely some pace in those soft tyres. Bertie is 5.7 seconds ahead of Urban Fire. He's on the medium compound tyres. I expect to see Urban Fire crawling up behind him in a couple of laps and putting some pressure on. He is his fastest lap is some 1.4 seconds slower than Urban Fire. And now Urban Fire's on those softs. I think Bertie needs to start looking in his mirrors very, very soon. Can he close on Mad Eric Cantona? Well, it's 8.4 seconds is the gap. And I'll tell you what, it may not be super quick, but my God, is that consistent. Look at those lap times. You've got credit where it's due. Sometimes consistency is better than all-out pace. All-out pace can bring about all-out crashes. Consistency can bring about nothing but less crashes, essentially. 3.4 seconds up the road on the soft tyres now. So he's going to go racy. It's the Brixton Pirates. My brother in name only. He's 1.3 seconds behind Bukta Boy, who briefly led this race until he decided that the grass was a much nicer place to park or to drive his Mazda, and then had to go in the pits. So he is now running the softs. So he will get a little bit quicker as well. Although a 1:35.9 is not the best way to go about that. 11.2 seconds up the road on racing mediums is a Dog, the bounty hunter himself. He is looking pretty consistent. He's had Don't know what his fastest lap is, but it's certainly less than a 32.9. He's running those medium tyres. He will run to the end of this race. We're just approaching the end of lap 19. So 2/3 into this 30-lap race here. Then we've got Fighty. Fighty with Nalinski. He's got the inside line. Does he make the move on his teammate, or do they play the team game? Well, he gets through. So Fighty is through on Nalinski. Nalinski running the medium tyres. Fighty running the medium tyres. But Fighty's going to have to pit. He's not making it to the end of this race with that fuel. So probably best that he does hot-foot it and get into those pits, because he's going to be dropping down that order very, very soon. As Nalinski actually just says, sod it. Oh, little tumble between teammates. That's a little bit naughty. Fighty amongst yourselves. Absolutely not, Nalinski. And Nalinski gets calmer and goes off the road, and for some reason opens his lights. 13 seconds up the road when these two finish beating each other up. They will come across Sergeant Colon for Team Blue. And at the moment, Team Blue and Team Yellow battling it out for the ultimate title here. There is Mike running in 3rd place. He's 1.6 seconds clear of JRM. Sorry, he's 1.6 of Sergeant Colon, with JRM 6.6 up the road. And he can't close on the back of Terminator. Terminator going back to maintaining a 1.3 second gap out in front. Now, we know JRM's still got a pit. He's got to run hard tyres, even if it is just for one lap. So, how much is that going to cost him? 1.2 seconds is the gap, 1.3 seconds for Terminator. He's run the mediums. He can run the hards to the end of this race. So, actually, at the moment, it is advantage Team Yellow. We know Mike, I have a feeling Mike has pitted twice. Can't be sure about that. But Team Blue are running 2nd, 3rd and 4th. But Sergeant Colon is going to need to pit this lap and then run to the end. JRM will need to pit any time between now and the end. It doesn't matter when he does it, but he does have to put some hard tyres on that car, because he started on the racing soft compound tyres. Terminator jumping into the pits, so he must know. He's done the sums. He knows that JRM's got a pit again, so he's going to come in and he's going to put on a set of soft tyres. Watch me now, and off he will fly up the road. This is advantage Blue at the moment, but JRM is going to have to absolutely melt this round the track now. He's steady with mid to high 32s with the odd low 33 chucked in, just for measure. But 6.1 ahead of his teammate Mike. Sergeant Colon, who will pull into the pits at the end of this lap. I thought he was going to go at the end of the last lap, but it looks like he's happy to run the fuel a little bit. 15 seconds up the road is Nalinski. That's where Terminator comes out. 1.3 seconds behind him. Not a bad place to be. He was the fastest man on track already, and that was on the medium tyres. Can he give us, here we go, can we get a sub 130 lap out of him? I reckon we've definitely got a sub 131, but can he get a bit of slipstream, sliding the back end round that bank turn there? Excuse me, can he give us a sub 130 lap? That would be awesome. That is the challenge. Sub 130 lap, please, for Terminator. Dog running in 6th place to the end of this race on those medium compound tyres. Boop to boy, he's on the softs. He's looking to go racy. 4.6 seconds is the gap to Dog. He's 1.6 ahead of Brookston Pirate. And in goes Sergeant Colon. We thought he would. Don't know why we're going to check. We know where he is. He's in the pits. We know what the pits looks like. So Brookston Pirate running in 8th place. 10.9 seconds ahead of Cantonar. Cantonar, the Brookston Pirate. And he is 9.9 ahead of Fighting. So we've got red, green, red. He's in a red sandwich, but it's not a very tight one. All the filling's going to fall out of that if you don't close that sandwich up a little bit better. Bertie for Team Green running in 11th place. And Urban Fire, 14 seconds he's got to make up to Bertie to get any additional points out of this race. Come on, Urban Fire, sort your life out, mate. Right, what have we got? Anyone else going to pit here? Doesn't look like it. If they haven't pit now, apart from JM, we know he's got a pit for hard tyres. I think everybody else that needs to pit has done so. So 5.9 seconds to Mike, his teammate. 18 seconds to Terminator, who's not his teammate. And Terminator already making big moves. He got past Nelinski. He's up into third. He's got 18 seconds up the road. He's got Mike. Mike will, I think Mike has pitted twice and will run to the end. Don't hold me to that because, as I said, I've got the memory like a sieve, and I've got the memory like a sieve with no actual sieve in it. Just the the metal bit around the outside. And you just literally chuck stuff in and it falls out the bottom. 5.2 seconds the current gap though between him and his teammates. Where is the other blue? Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? There he is, Sergeant Colon. He is 6.9 behind the Brixton Pirate. He's got some work to do to close that gap. 7 seconds is the gap there. And 7 seconds back to Cantona for Team Green. So in terms of team performance right now, Team Blue in the lead, but he has to pit. Team Mike in second. He doesn't. I think he doesn't. If he does, he might be in trouble. Terminator for Team Yellow. He's in third place. Lead yellow car, lead red car. Nelinski, he can run to the end of this race. 2.4 seconds back to Dog. He is lead runner for the green team. Running in fifth. 2.4 behind Nelinski. 3.4 ahead at... it is a little bit, isn't it? It is a little bit like that, Hockers. 3.3 ahead of Bookta Boy. And Bookta Boy also for Team Yellow. Really got to try and get up that order a little bit. Cost himself significant time when he took that Mazda onto the grass while leading this race and changing the shape of this race for Team Yellow. The Brixton Pirate, there he is in 7th place. He is 7.6 seconds ahead of Sergeant Colon. Chasing down on those soft tyres, Bookta Boy, who's also running Racing Softs. Fastest lap still with Terminator, 1:31.1. But 31.6, close thing there for Brixton Pirates. Sergeant Colon for Team Blue with the dizzying thing on the front of the car. Let's have a look at the front of it, especially for, there we go, look. How dizzy is that going to make you, mate? Look at that. It's horrible, isn't it? Horrible. But maybe that's there to disorientate all of their opponents. Cantona, 7.8 seconds back from Sergeant Colon for Team Green. Fighting for Team Red. He was fighting with his teammate, and it nearly came to fisticuffs. Almost to the stage where they'd have to pull over and give each other a little slap on the head. But they've sorted that out now. Fighting went into the pits and got out of the way, and now they are no longer pushing each other off the track. Just being teammates. Bertie, he's still 12 seconds clear of Urban Fire. There's 6 laps left. Urban Fire needs to do is to absolutely smash him by 2 seconds a lap for the next 6 laps to hope of any hope of catching him. 1:31.9 is his quickest lap. 32.8 is the quickest for Bertie. Not enough. I don't know if any of you just heard that. But my missus has just walked into the front row, stared at me, and told me that my in-law no longer believes in Santa, and she's crying. How can you not believe in Santa? He's real.
He's not real. Where's the proof?
Guys on chat, can you tell my 8-year-old that Santa is real, please? Because she doesn't believe he's real. And of course he's real. He's big and fat. He's got a big long beard like me. I'm trying to be like Santa. So can you guys let her know that Santa is real while we find out what's going on track? So JRM in the lead, 4.1 seconds clear of Mike. Still needs to pit. However, does JRM. Can't remember whether Mike does, but we'll soon find out if he goes in. 17.1 seconds is the gap to Terminator. And he is 4.1 seconds clear of Nelinski, who's holding the flag for Team Red in 4th place at the moment. Bookta Boy, 2.4. See, look. Hannah, come and have a look at chat here. Nelinski is...
He is not real.
He is. Look, see, even that person knows you're crazy.
Yes, and Nalinsky is 2 seconds clear of Book to Boy, who was looking really strong in this race when he led the race, but it all went very wrong. Thanks very much, No Hassle. It's already out of my pocket. It's what happens. 0.6 of a second ahead of Dog is Book to Boy. 1.6 ahead of Brixton Pirates, who is 10 seconds clear of Sergeant Colon as we move into the last 5 laps of this race. Thank you very much, Matthew. Did you get a new TV from Santa? Yes, of course you did. 9 seconds clear of Cantona. He is 8.6 clear of Fighty, who's no longer Fighty. Art Hockers is Santa. Oh, apparently you are, mate. I have heard that you are Santa and you're just racing. You should be getting busy though, mate. You should be getting busy. 2/10 is the gap there, and Bertie trying to make a move on Fighty. He knows he's got to try and keep ahead of Urban Fire. He's not closing that gap enough at the moment for Team Yellow. But JRM's still in the lead of this race. Mike's still in second, and Terminator still running in third. But I am certain that JRM's got to stop and run some hard tyres. I'm sure he ran. He hasn't been in twice. I'm sure he hasn't been in twice. Fastest lap from Book to Boy. So Book to Boy, who is running in... where is he? Where's Book to Boy gone? There he is. He's now running up in 4th place. He is running for Team Yellow, but he's got Nalinsky crawling all over him. Absolutely crawling all over him. But Book to Boy with the fastest lap at 1:30.9. So we've finally gone sub 31. Is there a sub 30 in there? That's what I've asked Santa for, is some Fanatec gear. Not that it would make me any faster. I mean, I couldn't get any faster if I had a racing driver sitting on my lap. Would probably be the only thing that would make me faster. And if I had a racing driver sitting on my lap, hopefully it's Danica Patrick and not Max Verstappen, for instance. Is he really? It's because he's cheap fat git. JRM is in the lead, 4.4 seconds clear of Mike 142. I'm still convinced that JRM's got a pit, but I could be wrong. It is what it is. Terminator is 14.5. I like that, Cuzzy. Santa works more than Hockers. Hockers just plays GT7 all day. Self-employed like me then, yeah. 14 seconds clear of Terminator. Terminator, who has dominated this race from start to finish. Absolute dominated from start to finish. He is looking to close down. But remember, look, if I'm wrong, and JRM has been in, I apologise, but I am 99% sure that he hasn't yet been on those hard compound tyres. Book to Boy has decided to start turning it on for Team Yellow, and rightly so, because at the moment Team Blue dominating here. JRM in the lead, Mike in second, Terminator in third, Book to Boy in 4th place. Is starting to rocket up now. Nalinsky still holding that flag high for Team Red in that top 5, and for Team Green it's Dog, but he's got the Brixton Pirate making the move, and there is the move for the Brixton Pirate. Did he make it? He did make it. He is now ahead of Dog, and here comes Sergeant Colon for Team Blue. Very, very, very wide. 12.5 seconds back from that battle, and this is that battle. Is Dog going to make a move back on the Brixton Pirate here, or has he lost his opportunity to score some big, juicy points for Team Green? Because it's yellow versus blue, green versus red here. We've got 2 fighting for first, we've got 2 fighting for third, and at the moment red is winning the battle for 3rd place. And as it stands right now, pit stop side, blue are winning the battle over yellow, but there is a question mark over whether pit stops are still needed for JRM, whether it's got to be one super hot lap on some hard tyres. And Mike, I don't know his pit stop. He must have done. Maybe they had pitted twice and I just missed that extra pit stop. I don't normally miss things like pit stop, but there we go. Terminator still running in 3rd, still on the soft tyres, closing the gap, but only very slowly. He has done the fastest lap of the race. He's done a 1:30.8. So he is ramping it up. Where he starts lap 29. 2 laps remaining here. These are the final 2 laps of this T2, the Tier 2 Team Showdown for Amigos Racing Team. And I'll tell you what, I wish I'd done this from race number 1. This has been an absolutely fabulous little competition. Really, really, really cool. Let's have a quick... I've been thinking that they had to pit. I certainly knew JRM had to. I wasn't sure about Mike. But JRM, he definitely has to put on hard tyres. So, looking from the back forward, Urban Fire, that gap is 5.5 seconds. Is it because he went quick, or is it because Bertie went slow? I think it's a bit of both. We'll see when Bertie crosses the line to start lap 29. There he goes, he crosses the line. And that was not a bad lap, to be fair. But Urban Fire, he's got 2 laps, basically, to close a massive, massive gap of 4.3 seconds. Let's have a little look at talking to South Africa. Let's have a little look at Fighty. He's back in 10th place, 8.9 ahead of Bertie. And there we go, JRM in the pits. Will Mike follow him in? He's got to put those hard tyres on. So Fighty in 10th place. He is up the back of Cantona. He's on the soft tyres, Cantona on the mediums, and Cantona struggling for fuel. So Fighty is going to breeze through and take 9th place. So advantage for Team Red in this battle here between the red and the green. It does improve their lot somewhat. And there's nothing, he can have a go, Cantona, but he's... who's the yellow flag for? Who has put their car into a wall? Just having a look, seeing if I can find out who it was. Can't see, but someone crashed. But Fighty continues on. He's ahead now of Cantona, and nothing Cantona can do. He's got no fuel left on board. So there we've got the last of the blue runners, Sergeant Colon. He is in 8th place, 22 seconds back behind the Bounty Hunter, who is trying to hunt down the Brixton Pirates and Nelinski, the 2 red team runners. So Team Red with advantage over Team Green. But we've got Mike, we've got Bubta Boy, we've got JRM, we've got Terminator. Now, Terminator is carrying the torch for the yellow team. We've got JRM trying whatever he can do to close down. He's got 1 lap left. So we'll see Terminator coming around. He's going to win this race. And I'll tell you what, thoroughly deserved as well. He was the fastest man in qualifying, and every opportunity he's had to lead this race, he has done. And here we go, we'll see him round the final corner. And Terminator for Team Yellow here at Lego Maggiore will cross the line as the winner and with the fastest lap and with pole position. The triple whammy. Here comes JRM. Bubta Boy, what a move from Bubta Boy. You saw it there in the distance. What a move. Team Yellow steal it at the very last from JLM. Nelinski comes home in 4th. Brixton Pirate 5th. Dog in 6th. Mike comes home in 7th. That's a big loss for him. Absolute massive loss. Sergeant Colon for Team Blue. So in that battle, Yellow absolutely smashed it in those last couple of laps. As you see the smoke coming from the back of Sergeant Colon. And what a drive from Bubta Boy. Sergeant Colon comes home in 8th. Fighty just behind him in 9th. And here comes big mad Eric Cantona in 10th place. Bertie is 8 seconds back. But look at here he comes. Does Urban Fire nick this on the line? I think he's run out of fuel. Because Bertie makes it. Urban Fire still hasn't crossed the line. I think he spun a little bit too early. But there he goes in 12th place. What a finish. I'll tell you what, Terminator absolutely thoroughly deserved that. But for me, the one big winner there has got to be Bubta Boy. Absolutely nicked that final place off of JRM right on the line. Mike losing out quite a big time as well. A few of them getting through. So great racing. But that's it. Done and dusted. No more Team Showdown. Boo hoo hoo. But really thoroughly enjoyed that. It was a really cool race. That's it. I don't know what else to say. Before I go, I'm going to remind you about the mind thingy I'm doing, and I'm going to put the video up before I leave and what have you. But I want to thank everyone at ART for letting me get involved in this, because this has been awesome. And I'm off to pastures new on Thursdays now. I don't know what you've got coming up, but I'm going to be doing a new F1 league for the rest of their season on Thursdays. But hopefully there'll be a space come up and I can do some more stuff for you very, very soon, because it's really, really awesome. But great racing from everyone tonight. To be fair, it could have been, I say it could have been anyone. It was Terminators all day long, but anyone could have finished anywhere else other than Terminator. But thank you very much for being with me, all of you, and sticking it out, and for convincing, although quite poorly, my 8-year-old daughter that Santa Claus exists. Let's face it, we know that kids at that age know that it's not real. They just play along for mum. Well, the kids that like their mum do anyway. I think Yellow have nicked it. Yeah, great racing. You're absolutely right, No Hassle. I think they've nicked that without question. But all that's left for me to say is thank you very much for joining me. It's been really, really cool. We're back tomorrow on Black Flag TV for Eurotrip's Formula 1 round 5 at Spa. That will be a pretty cool race. It was pretty cool last time out a couple of weeks ago at Monza. They were at Monza, I think, yeah. So I've been Empire. This has been Black Flag Racing TV with Amigos Racing Team, Team Showdown, Tier 2, Round 4 replay at Lago Maggiore. It's been emotional. Thank you very, very much.
Mental health problems affect 1 in 4 of us. Join Mind now in the fight for mental health.
A donation of £20 could help 167 people take their first steps in getting mental health support through Minds booklets.